The New Church Planting Conference was fantastic. We had about 120 people from around the denomination that gathered in Richmond, Indiana on Bethany's campus. And they were there to learn about church planting, to support one another in their efforts to start new churches, to worship and pray and fellowship together. We were able to pray for all of the leaders for the conference, and this was kind of the end of a year-long process of praying that people had done in preparation for the event. We had two guests from an organization called Praxis, an organization that helps with church planting and congregational revitalization, Mike Chong Perkinson and Tom Johnston. And so they did keynote addresses and offered workshops. We had about 36 workshops over the course of 3 days, and most of those were put on by Church of the Brethren people who are actually planting churches or who have planted churches or who have been involved in supporting church planters. And so it was some real practical kinds of learning and sharing. The climate of church planting is actually pretty healthy. It's growing, it's thriving. We had 10 people at this conference who are in the process of planting churches right now, which is fantastic. And we had districts that are really making concerted efforts to identify and nurture and call out new churches. And it's so in terms of the church planting climate itself, there's a lot of energy there and a lot of creativity and a lot of passion. I'd say that within the church as a whole, church planting is still kind of trying to find its niche. A lot of churches are wrestling with their own vitality, and so kind of trying to define how it is that new church development and healthy established congregations benefit from each other and can help each other with their mission is a task that we still have to work on. One of the areas where new churches are growing most quickly are with some of our non-Anglo congregations. So we're seeing a movement of Hispanic churches that is developing kind of under with a network that's called Renacer. And so in Pennsylvania and Virginia and in some other parts of the country, there are conversations about planting Spanish-speaking congregations or multilingual congregations. We have some house churches that are taking root in communities, and so those are small groups that gather in people's homes for Bible study and prayer and worship, and then also to serve in their local communities as a group. We have some more traditional styles of church plants where it's really kind of focused on the worship event and gathering people in. We have some planters who are interested in what they would describe as a missional model of church planting, and so they're very focused on how they're connecting to their local community and finding kind of the unique ways that bringing the good news of the gospel into their community can actually have an impact on their community. So there are lots of different ways, and we really encourage our new church plants to be creative like that. I think it gives us a chance to try some things in environments that don't have a lot of historic expectations around them. So you can try some new things. As established churches get involved in supporting new churches, we've noticed that those established churches become more passionate about their own ministries, and they start to think about their own mission in their own community in new ways. And so it gives them some energy. I think part of it's we start looking beyond ourselves, and once we begin to do that in one area of our life together, we then are open to exploring that in other areas of our life as well.
For more information or to make a financial contribution in support of new church efforts of the Church of the Brethren, visit us on the web, on Facebook, by email, or by phone.